the phenomenon of Monday Night Football, that you had luminaries stopping by the booth. You know, when John Lennon stopped by the booth when Monday Night Football was in its infancy, like, can you let the audience even know, with you just being in the business, to understand what the magnitude, what the fallout was of Monday Night Football, the impact it had on sports and really outside of sports?
Well, if you go back to when it started in 1970, I mean, the National Football League was maybe 40% as popular, or whatever percentage you want to put on it, as it is right now. It certainly, I mean, baseball was still probably America's pastime. Football was becoming America's pastime. Now, of course, there's no question, football is far more popular than baseball, obviously. All you have to do is look at the ratings. But it was the first time that you would see, a primetime game. And in those years, too, Dan, you had basically no cable television.
Yeah.
Certainly not the way we know it today. You had the three major networks. Fox wasn't even existing as a network at that particular point, and a couple of local stations. And a lot of people were watching television with rabbit ears and tinfoil wrapped around the rabbit ears to get better reception. So this was different. And then it was played under the lights, and you didn't see football played under the lights for the most part until Monday Night Football started. So, and then you had, Cosell was in there as the lightning rod. You had Dandy Don doing his thing. Frank Gifford was in the second year after Keith Jackson had done year one. Frank came in. So the show had a look to it, a patina to it that nothing else had. And then, of course, through the years, there became more and more primetime games, and then cable television came in and all of the rest. So it lost a little bit of that specialness. And it's, in terms of bringing celebrities into the booth, yeah, when you brought a John Lennon in, I mean, that was terrific. But I know in some of the years that I was at ABC, and we had a couple of people who were running the entertainment division, and they wanted every, schlemiel who was doing a cockamamie show that would get canceled after 3 weeks to come into the booth to promote the show. That was no good, and that helped to take a lot of the luster away. So we try not to do that. I mean, if it's a gigantic celebrity, yeah, I remember the night of the Jets Dolphins game, which was a fantastic game in 2000, and there was the game in which the Jets affected that tremendous comeback, won in overtime. The game ended at like 1:16 in the morning. We had Arnold Schwarzenegger coming to the booth, so that was big at that particular point. And the Jets were trailing by like 24, and Arnold was ready. He was going to leave at halftime anyway. So you watch, the Jets will win the game. So the next day on CNN headline news, they played that clip of Schwarzenegger, who's just throwing some stuff out randomly, and sure enough, the Jets won that game. But it's a burden to have most of those people in the booth.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.